Hello. Um, hello. I had so this is a music channel and I got all sorts of weird stuff in there, but I wanted to post something about a matter that I think deserves to be posted about because it might be helpful to somebody out there listening. Um, it's this is a septoplasty recovery video, and I just wanted to recount my, I guess, experience with this particular surgery and just give kind of notes and tips for people who might be interested in having this procedure done for themselves. I still to this day don't exactly know what a septoplasty is. Apparently, there's a bone between between the two nostrils. It's called a septal bone, and it can be deviated in one direction or another that prevents the flow of breath through the flow of air through the nose. So the way that this was expressed with me was that I couldn't breathe through my right nostril. Like lefty was fine, right nostril was kind of like not fully blocked off, but it was hard to breathe through it. So I put it off for a long time. I set up. I remember many years ago I set up an appointment with with an or an, whatever ear, nose, and throat doctor, ENT, and he set up a surgery. And a day before the surgery date, I procrastinated the entire thing, and the day before the surgery, or the couple days before, I'm just like, okay, what the fuck is a septoplasty? And I checked it out, and it was horrifying. I think I may have stumbled onto somebody's rhinoplasty by accident because they said that the recovery takes like a month or months, and they said that it's a really fucking scary surgery. And so what ended up happening was that I got freaked out, and I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. That's it. I'm out. And I canceled the appointment, and I didn't even pay the doctor their fee, and I just avoided them. And I specifically, when I rescheduled the appointment, I said, not that guy. And also, I looked up his review. I looked up his reviews on Rate My MD, and it's just like bad, 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 bad. I'm like, no, fuck it, you're not touching my nose. Anyways, I ignored the issue for a while, and earlier this year, or the year before, I started taking care of my health better, and this has been something that for a long time has been bothering me. It's part of all my constellation of other issues, and I thought, okay, let's deal with this. It's an easy fix, right? I made an appointment with another ENT. I said, I went to my family doctor. I said specifically, I know this is third. This is the third minute in, and you're probably thinking like, oh, fucking get to the point, get to the point, get to the point. Sorry, this is important, I guess. And it's not important, but I'm gonna say it anyways. It's my YouTube video. Fuck you. You're listening. So too bad. You're listening. So it's your fault. Should have clicked another video. Anyways, went to my family doctor. Asked them for what? Not family doctor. Went to a walk-in clinic. Asked them to refer me to a good ENT. I specifically told them which and where. They finally got me to one. I asked that doctor to refer me to a good surgeon. He recommended my guy. Surgery. I went to the appointment. Guy said, "Yeah, definitely. You have deviated septum. We'll set up an appointment for a surgery. 4 months. Come back to the hospital. And we'll do a surgery." This is where the video begins to be relevant. The first thing that they gave me in when I went to the ENT to book the surgery is a consent form. They gave me a consent form, and on that consent form it said, you know, sign off that you understand that whatever, we don't take liability. I signed off. I wrote a bunch of like my medical conditions and whatever, gave it to them, done. Okay. On that consent form, there's no information that's useful to you. There's just like, you consent to this procedure. They don't explain anything, what's going to happen, side effects, consequences, nothing. It's just some bullshit. But you sign it. And then they give you like a pamphlet, like maybe a booklet of like 10 or 12 double-sided pages. This is what you should know before your surgery. This booklet is a piece of shit. There's nothing in it. There's a map of the hospital of how to get there. There's like 4 pages of like coronavirus like notes, like remember to wash your hands after you wipe your ass, that sort of thing. It's like stupid. Anyways, I read that pamphlet back and forth, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready for my surgery. Bullshit. Uh, I came to the surgery room. They're like, okay, go put on the gown. I had to figure out how to put on a hospital gown for like the first time in my life. Whatever. Um, all these winding rooms, when I finally, um, oh, and I got a COVID test before that, which was super easy, great, it's a good thing. Um, but here's where the issue kind of starts for me. I mean, there's two real main issues with the surgery. The first issue is that I'm a dumbass. I I did not research the procedure a lot before I went into the surgery. I procrastinated reading about it. Don't procrastinate reading about it. Watch a lot of YouTube videos of other people and how they recovered, what they did, their processes, things that people don't tell you. Good stuff. I watched a couple of girls' videos that went through it, and it was super helpful, and it chilled me out quite a bit. When you come to the hospital, they stick an IV into you. I didn't know anything about IVs. I'm not really afraid of needles, but maybe someone else is, right? So be aware that they will stick an IV into your thing and they'll keep you hydrated. When you get into the surgery room, 10 minutes before they start cutting into you, they start explaining, well, this is what's going to happen, this is what we're going to do. No one says this before. No one says it before. They know that you're not allergic to the general anesthesia because you bubble that in, but nobody says anything before about where we're cutting, what we're doing. They strap you onto a table, which can itself be claustrophobic to people. They stick the mask on you. Once the mask is on you, after about 30 seconds, you're asleep, and 30 seconds later, you're awake. It's like, bum, bum. Anyway, so that's a moment of some anxiety. Actually getting into the surgery table, they don't prepare you for that with a little pamphlet, which I think is real annoying. It's quite annoying. Anyways, surgery itself. When you wake up, you're quite high. You're quite high on opiates. You're quite like you're not high, but you're groggy, right? When you finally wake up, when you finally get out of it, um, basically your nose is bleeding, and they put just a cotton swab and a piece of paper underneath, and that's all you really need for like a week or even less to and for the blood. The blood kind of drains out. You change the swab. Uh, you put a new bandage on. Okay, not a big deal, but stock up on those before you start. They give you a prescription for codeine. I didn't use mine. I don't want to get addicted to painkillers. They overdo it with that. Use it sparingly. Whatever. Um, do, 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 do. The pain was. I don't even remember the pain. I don't remember the pain. You're gonna be sleepy. You're gonna be tired. You need to sleep kind of like on a slant so that your nose. Well, not you have to sleep with your head up like this so that your body is like a little bit angled so that there's always blood flowing out there. You don't want blood flowing up there, but really there's not a big difference. When you start, um, in the first week before like in the first 4 days, the only thing that you should be cleaning it with is hydrogen peroxide and cleaning just the insides of your nose of like little crusts and blood and whatever. Don't go in there. In fact, big, huge, wonderful tip: don't fucking pick your nose at all. Don't pick your nose. Do not stick your finger in your nose. Because what ended up happening to me, day 4, they take out like a little splint that they keep in there. Painless, easy. They pull out some stitches, painless, easy. Um, what happens is that I think because I picked my nose, or whatever reason, the right nostril closed up again. It just closed up. And one day I'm sitting there like breathing normally. By the way, breathing right after the procedure, like the first, even right after the surgery, it's already worth it because you can already breathe easier. But yeah, I guess the one complication that I would say to watch out for, if you start to breathe in very heavily, sorry, if your breathing starts to become constricted on one side of your nose and it seems like the surgery has failed, it may not be so. I got prescribed after day 4, or even a little bit before, I started washing my nose with Dr. Neil Meds. It's like a bottle, little plastic bottle, squeeze bottle, with a saline solution. That shit is the bomb. Instead of picking your nose twice a day with saline solution, you tip your head and you blow it out, blow it in one nostril, it pours out the other, pours out your mouth. Then the other nostril pours out your nostril, pulls out your mouth. You'll cough, you'll sneeze, whatever. It's fucking fantastic. It clears all that crap out. And all the goo and the gunk and the snot and the blood and the crust, it all gradually comes out. Just don't fucking pick it. And don't stick a toothpick in it, because my dumb ass did. And it's just not a good idea. Um, don't be shy to call your doctor. Make sure you have your doctor's office number, your surgeon's office number, written down somewhere. Because if you call the hospital and you try figuring anything out, they're not going to help you. Especially during COVID, they just tell you to fuck off and they're just like, whatever. Um, yeah, right side of my nose closed up after the first week and a half, or even, yeah, after the first week and a half, closed up. Then I made an appointment. I saw the doctor again, and he gave me a prescription for a steroid to add to the saline solution. I washed it. After a week, I'm like, nothing's happening. This is bullshit. And then suddenly, a little bit of air, right? And then a little bit more air, and now still fucking clogged, but it's getting better. Anyways, that's it. That's really the point of my video. It's just that last moment of a possible complication, and not to freak out too much over it. You can't, like, okay, so in terms of downtime, the first 3 days, total write-off. People are back to work the first week. Those people are gods. I respect very highly people that can work. After that, basically the first 2 weeks for labor work, 3 weeks are total write-off. You can start doing hard labor like 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks after you had the surgery. Not even hard labor, just like medium, like lifting and whatever the stuff. But yeah, it's just, you're not really good enough to even talk to people the first week. Is all I'm saying. Anyways, I hope this has been useful. Sorry for like the bed view. I'm too lazy to stand up right now, and get the surgery. It's a good surgery. It helps a lot. Breathing is super, super important, and I think the casualty rate is like 1 in 50,000, and it's only based on like general anesthesia. I read that somewhere. Do your research before the procedure. That's all. Signing off. Good luck.